In this video, we will be learning how to make reloading system for your FPS game and also the animation system, and we will also cover the UI. In the end of the video, we will be able to make this. So in the last two videos, we were able to make this. We made the FPS movement system along with all the animations. We made all these animations in Unity. And then also in the last video, we made the aiming system as well as the shooting system so that we can shoot things out, kind of like that. And if you have missed those two videos, then make sure you see them. You can click the card on the top right over here and see those two videos. And when you see that, you can come back to this video, or it's up to you. So anyways, let's go ahead and make the reloading system. If you have any confusions where we get this 3D model and all that, then you will have to see that first video, because I have made all of this with from scratch in front of you guys in that video. So, and other thing that I want to tell you guys is that we are using Playmaker. Playmaker is a really cool asset that helps you make games without writing a single line of code, and this is what we made. This handles all the animations and this handles all the shooting. Simple as that. And with these little things, we made this whole game. So if you haven't used Playmaker at all, then believe me, it will change your life. You can get Playmaker from Asset Store. You can buy it from Asset Store, or if you don't want to buy it, if you can't afford it, then you can go ahead and download it for free. The link will be in the description box below. I personally will provide it to you guys, and you can simply drag it inside of Unity, import it, install it, and you will be good to go. If you have any problems in installing Playmaker, let me know in the comments. I will try to help you out. So anyways, if I go to the assets folder in this is the 3D model that we downloaded, and we also have a reloading animation. Let me see. There we go. So this is the reloading animation, as you can see. Now if you have any questions regarding this, then you have to see the first video. This is the animation that we made, and yeah, this is the reloading animation. This is what we're going to use in this video. So I'm going to go to the animator of the gun AK-47. And as you can see, we already have the animation, and this is what the animation looks like. All right, so we're gonna use this animation. This is the animator controller that we made in the last videos. Idle, walk, run, fire, aim. All right, now we're gonna use the reloading. Now of course we can't, we have to make some transitions. As you can see, all of these transitions, we will have to make the transition to the reloading. So let's see, where do we want to reload? So we have to reload while we are walking. Like, you know, when we press R, we have to reload. Walking, fire. No, we don't want to do that. We're gonna go to the aim, from idle, and from running. All right, and then I'm gonna bring it somewhere where we can see these transitions, and then we're gonna go ahead and add another parameter that will be a boolean that will be called, or this time I can just simply go ahead and add a trigger. Simple as that. Reload. All right. Trigger basically is, you know, not true and false, it is just true. So when trigger happens, it just simply comes in here. It's not true and false, it just triggers. All right, so when reload, you can see there's no true and false, it just simply comes in. Make sure has exit time is false, and just simply go ahead and say reload has exit time is false. Reload has exit time is false, and reload has exit time is false. So let me just go ahead and quickly play the game, and you will see what happens in whatever state we are in. Right now we are in idle state. If I come over here and set this to trigger, you can see he will start doing the reloading animation, and bam. All right, if I go ahead and make a transition back to the idle, he's gonna do the idle animation. If I go ahead and say trigger again, as you can see, it's gonna do the idle animation, and come back to the idle animation, he's gonna do the reloading animation. So you can see it's properly working. Now the only thing that we need to do is we need to trigger it using the code, using the Playmaker. Okay, and then of course we're gonna make the transition back, like back to idle, back to walk, back to aim, and yeah, we're not gonna go to run because we can go from walk to run and all that. We also don't want to go to the walk. Yeah, we can go to the idle and we can go to the aim. When do we go to the idle? If the aiming is false. If aim is false, then we could go over there. Hazard time is true. Yeah, in this case, the hazard time should be true because this animation should be completed and then it's gonna go. And when aim is true, then go over there. Right, hazard time true, so that it completes the animation and then goes. So this is the simple, transitions and all that we just made. Now we have to just trigger it using the code. But before we do anything, of course, we need to have some kind of a system that will check whether or not we have the complete animation or not. So this is the shooting and FSM that we made in the last video, in which we simply check whether or not the the player is pressing the mouse button to fire. When it is, then we're gonna go ahead and shoot a laser, and we're gonna test what the laser is hitting. If it is hitting the enemy, then we're gonna come over here and kill the enemy. Otherwise, we're gonna wait for 0.4 seconds and we're gonna come back. So click, 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 and it's gonna shoot. And if we hit the enemy, we're gonna come in here, simply kill the enemy, and bam, come back. Of course, we don't have any enemy. We have just these dummy targets, whatever they are. Now in here we have to add some state in which it will check whether or not it has the full animation or not. So what we're gonna do is, before we start the game, we're gonna come over here, and this one will be start or variable state. So I'm gonna just call it start. All right, this is the start state. I'm gonna set this to start state. So whenever the game starts, we're gonna come in this state, and in this state we are gonna simply set some variables. In this case, we want to set some variables like the animation. So I'm gonna go and say, double click over here and say set float value, and then we're gonna go ahead and make a new variable, and we're gonna say new global variables. Global variables are those variables that can be accessed from other FSMs, and I'm gonna call this ammo. And you can set the value of ammo to how many bullets you have. In general, AK-47 holds 30 rounds in single magazine, so to be realistic, we're gonna set this to 30. You don't have to be that specific, but yeah, anyways. So we're gonna set the ammo to 30 when the game starts. All right, and then we're gonna say next frame event, which means when we execute this action, we're gonna go say finished, come over here and say finished, and bam. All right, so game starts, we just set the value, and or we can simply say wait for seconds. I don't know, 0.5 second, 0.5 seconds, and then go finish, so that it has the time to set up the value. All right, and then we come over here. Now this is the state in which we actually fire, and we come back. All right, just like that. Now what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go ahead and add in a new state over here, and we're gonna say float add, which basically we're gonna use the same float that we just made, global's ammo, and we're gonna say -1. So whatever the value of ammo is, we're gonna just -1. Now finished, so we're gonna come over here, minus the value because we have shot one bullet, and we're gonna come back. So wait for this one will be small, so wait for 0.04 seconds, and then you can simply say finished and go over there. All right, finished, simple as that. Now of course, when we kill someone, we of course also want to lose bullets, so instead of going see the finished, we're gonna come over here. All right, just like that. Now let's go ahead and test it out whether or not it is working or not. So whether we cannot see the value of ammo, anyways, whether or not it comes over here and does that. So play the game, and let's see whether or not it comes come over here and all that. So we are in state 1, we have set the value, and now if we shoot, it comes to state 4, and simply minuses things. Now if I go ahead and shoot the enemy, it also comes to state 4 and does that thing. Amazing, awesome, love it. So it's minusing the thing. All right, of course we cannot see anything visually. We are gonna set that up. So let's just go ahead and set that visual thing up, so that we have a bullet count right over here. So how do we do that is, we say right click. I don't like all of these over here, so I'm gonna say right click, create a empty game object, and I'm gonna select all of these guys and place them in, so that we don't have any mess. Right, okay, right click, create a UI and text. All right, now if I press F, and it zooms out just like that, and it's way out of the canvas, so that we cannot see it right here. So we can say select the text and say reset the transform, so that's 000 and right in the center of the screen, and now we can see the text over here. It's really small, so what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go ahead and set the text to 30, or you can set this to anything you want, because we are gonna change it from the code. It does not matter what the text says, anything at all. It is mirrored, so I'm gonna come over here. Okay, and cool, and I'm gonna go ahead and make it smaller. There we go, awesome. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and select the anchor point, hold shift, bam, put it over here, and then hold Alt, and is that Alt? Yeah, hold Shift and Alt, and bam, and now it is stashed over there. All right, now it's really small, so I'm gonna go ahead and first select the canvas, and I'm gonna go ahead and say scale with screen size, because right now it's really big. All right, but if I go ahead and zoom in, it's really big now and all that. So we have to say scale with screen size over there, and enter the screen size 1920 by 1080. Okay, now you can see it has the constant size. Cool. And then we can go ahead and select the text again, make it bigger, and make the size also bigger. Somewhat like that will be awesome. Oops. Alright, I think it looks good. I think it looks fine. So of course you can take as much time as you want to set it up and make it visually really beautiful. I'm not gonna take that time. I'm gonna set this to white. How about that? Yeah, white looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna call this text ammo. Come on, ammo. So this one will be the ammo, and I'm gonna go to the player and go to the shooting, or I'm gonna go ahead and make another FSM. This one will be for the UI. This one will take care of the UI. I'm gonna go ahead and say open up the FSM, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and lock this right over here, select the ammo, and drag in the text component right in here, right? And say set property, and I'm gonna go ahead and say not font, text. Yeah, text string. So this guy over here, right? This basically is string, and we're gonna set the text, which is this one. Sorry, which is this one. We're gonna set the text equal to the global value converter, and we're gonna convert the float to string and ammo. All right, so whatever the ammo value is, we're gonna set this, and every frame basically means every second. Now if I go ahead and say play the game, you will see that this will remain 30, but if we shoot, it is gonna become minus 1, 30, 29, and as you can see, whenever we shoot, it is minusing. But the thing is that when we set this to 0 and click, it's gonna go back to the minus, and now there's no way for us to reload. All right, but otherwise it is properly working. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, we shot a lot, and now the OBS got fucked. Anyways, let's go ahead and fix the minus thing. So we're gonna go back to the shooting, and before we come over here, we're gonna go ahead and make another state. After minusing the ammo, we're gonna go ahead and add another state, and we're gonna come in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and say float compare. Simple as that. All right, so we're gonna compare the global variable ammo with 0. If it is equal to 0, then it means reload. All right, and we're gonna go to new state, which one we did reload, because if the ammo is 0, we can no longer shoot, so there is no point going over there, right? So reload, and bam, now we are in this state. I'm gonna bring all of these little back, so that we fit in everything. Okay, cool. And also, if it is less than 0, then we of course want to reload again. If it is greater than 0, then we can say finished, and we go back over there, right? And it's gonna do every single time. Let's go ahead and test it out whether or not it's properly working. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it smaller, zoom out, and see what happens. Okay, so now it should stop at 0. We should no longer be able to shoot when it is 0. So it's right now 30. Shoot. As you can see, we are no longer able to shoot, and it's 0. Of course, we are doing the animation. That is a little technical problem that we are facing right now, but yeah, we have to fix that also. But anyways, yeah, we can really simply fix that. We can go why are we doing the animation? Because we are setting the firing to true and false whenever we click. All right, and that is not handed over, it is handed in this other FSM, so that's why we are getting that problem. But we can simply fix that by going and say set animator bool, and we can say specify the game object, because the animator is on this guy, and I'm gonna say fire, which is this one right over here, fire, and we're gonna set this to value to false and set this to every frame. Now it's not gonna do any shit. Okay, play the game, and now he should not do any firing animation either. Shoot, 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 shoot. As you can see, now we're clicking and he's not doing the animation. Bam! Simple problem solving techniques, yo. Not big deals, yo. Okay, so with that done, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the input from the user to press R, and if he presses R, we're gonna reload and come back. We're gonna say get button down, which basically means when we press a button, now we have to make the button which will be R. So go to edit, project settings, input, and these are the things over here, which is the controls. I'm gonna go ahead and say increase this number with 1. So in my case it's 29, I'm gonna set this to 30. And now the last one automatically duplicates. I'm gonna go ahead and open up one of these so that we can replicate that. Okay, so we have to set the name. I'm gonna set this name to reload, or you can set this to anyone. And then we have the positive button over here. So in the positive button, I'm gonna set this to R, just like that. Negative button and all that, we don't need that. Positive button will be R, simple as that. And everything else, I guess, will be okay. All right, so name R, simple as that. Make sure that you copy the name, otherwise, make sure the spellings are the same and all that. I'm gonna close that. So paste the name over here, so which basically means reload, which is we set to R. All right, so whenever the player presses R, we're gonna go ahead and say new event reload. Okay, and in this over here, we're gonna go ahead and set the value. So I'm gonna copy it from here to save time, paste it over here, set animation ammo to 30, and also we're gonna go ahead and say set animator bool to do the reloading animation. So how we do that is by saying specifying the game object, dragging in here, and see if we can say, no, we cannot say, so make sure the spellings are the same. Reload. Yeah, I messed the spelling up, so I will have to mess the spelling up again. Okay, of course we gonna make a transition from fire to run, fire to that. Okay, everything is properly working. I guess you are understanding what we are doing right over here. So what we just did, I'm gonna really quick explain it. Everything, we're gonna compare the float of the ammo. If ammo is 0, we're gonna come over here. If it is not 0, we're gonna simply come over here. If it is 0, we're gonna check whether or not the player is pressing R. If it is pressing R, we're gonna come over here, set the ammo to 30, and we're gonna play this animation, and then we're gonna go ahead and wait for, I don't know how long the animation is, so let's see. It is actually, I guess, 3 seconds, right? Yeah, we're gonna wait for 3 seconds. So after 3 seconds, we're gonna say finished and come back, just like that. Alrighty, so this is the simple FSM that we just made. It looks a little long and complicated, but it isn't actually. Believe me, it's really simple. So with that done, let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, and let's see if everything is properly working or not. If it is reloading, animation doing, and all that. Shoot. Okay, now as you can see, we can no longer shoot. I'm clicking, he's not doing the animation. We can of course run around, move around, but we can no longer shoot. So if I press R, he's gonna do the animation. Once the animation is done, he's gonna come back to the aim because I reloaded from the aim, and now we can shoot. We have a 30 hole animation, 30 hole ammo over here, and he's gonna do the animation like this. Amazing. So this is how you make the reloading system for your game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then subscribe to this channel, and soon other videos will be uploaded, like how to convert from FPS to TPS camera movement, and I'm gonna real quick show it to you guys. And this is what I'm saying. If you play the game, you will see that we are in the TPS, which is third person camera controller system. As you can see, we can walk around, run around as a third person character controller. If I press F, he's gonna go to the first person view, and as you can see, he's doing the FPS movement, and it looks amazing. And then we can of course come back to the walk, run, and he can walk, run as an FPS guy. So we're gonna replicate the GTA 5 GTA 5 first person and third person camera controller and all that. So if you don't want to miss this, then make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.